Hello everyone, this is the final assignment for week 10 of our computer programming. We were asked a couple of questions here while working on the final assignment, what aspect of programming was the most difficult. The whole project was difficult because if I didn't understand what was going on in weeks 1 through 9, there's no way that this assignment was going to make any sense. Very difficult to do since all of our assignments that were graded were given back to us with brief annotations about this or that, but never ever showing us where we could have improved or how we could have improved our code or even the baseline of what our code should have looked like. The next question was, what aspect of programming did you enjoy the most? I did not enjoy any aspects of the programming class because it was all based on self-learning, and in a 10-week period, this is an impossible task for computer programming. The GUI interface was fun to build, but you still need to know how to code in order for the program to work correctly. How have I grown as a computer programming while taking this course? If anything, I have gone from being excited about computer programming to being horrified. And I've even have to speak with my student advisor about not pursuing a bachelor's degree in computer information systems after spending over $55,000 at CCU. This has caused me great anxiety, doubt, frustration, fear. Thank you, CCU. But as far as the programming, let's just go through some of this. Obviously here, according to the program material that we've had to read several thousand times to try to understand what these are actually areas that the program will pull from, and these are libraries that are filled in with all sorts of useful knowledge that somebody else has created. Great job for whoever did that. Wonderful. Down below here, this is our final text file. This is where the information we'll be pulling and storing to for our text file as recorded and needed inside of our assignment. The verses that I have put together right here, the string identifies a type of characteristic that I could be using to develop a sentence. So inside of my verse, here's my verses 1, 2, and 3. Down in here, this is where we'll have a try-catch scenario of catching any exception if they don't put in a 1, 2, or 3. Then it will revert back to please enter a real number. Down here, this is where we get into case 1. In case 1 would be our first verse. After they put in their number selection, then it would break into case 2. I've absolved case 2 and case 3 into one action since they are required to do the same thing. If in case 2 they wanted to write their concerns, or case 3 they wanted to write their concerns, they would be able to voice their concerns. And then, as you can see, the Y here is dedicated to the answer of yes or no. Do I have an action to go forward? Down here, this is where the final text file will be written and the end of the file. And as we can see here, inside of what we've been doing, hopefully we can get over to the Solution Explorer here and open up what we need to do here. Let's go to build final, yes, stop debugging. All right, it's popping up an error. Of course it is, because it doesn't like some of the things that have been done here. But as you can see, inside of our text box that does pop up, whoever shall confess that Jesus is the Son of God, God dwelleth in him, and he in God. That was my first verse. And as you can see, if I were to press number 2, then it would end right there. And it shouldn't be doing that for no other reason. Still doesn't like where my file is at, but let's see if we can't get in there. Selection 2, enter my concern. My concern would be that how do I confess to Jesus? Enter. No. Okay. How do I resist temptation? Selection 2. able to find redemption? Yes. Part 3, number 1, enter. As you can see, they all write to file 221. Perfect. Let's open up our text file here and see if it's properly aligning to that. It is writing to the text file. As we can see how I do, I confess to Jesus. How am I able to find redemption? The number is 221. This concludes our short video on what I've been able to accomplish. My GUI program would not complete as I needed. This is the completed screenshot of my GUI interface, and I was not able to get the text file to write to these 3 little boxes up here. What should have happened is that anything with a number 1 should have wrote to this box in the green, anything with a number 2 should have wrote to this box in the yellow, and anything with a number 3 should have wrote to this box in a red. And as per the requirements, everything is okay in 1, how can I help in 2, and God is listening, or our contact information in 3. I do wish that this class does continue to evolve here at Colorado Christian University. For right now, this class is not the standard of understanding the basics of computer programming, in my own opinion. Maybe other people had success in this class, but through the interactions of the discussions, I do not believe that many people had success in this class.